Okay, good morning, everyone. The video you're seeing is our 30 years anniversary song. Um, the director is our Yu Jin brother. Okay, we are getting started for our beginning live. We're really happy to see everyone at our Wednesday 9 o'clock. We're encouraging each other to talk about TG, and we are encouraging each other to have positive energy. Um, we are stepping forward. We are moving forward to our positive connections. If we continue working together, we will see the better of ourselves. We have the logo stickers in person. If you are there in person, you can feel free to take a sticker. And that's also a signal of us being connected. If you are here with us, you are here on YouTube with us, please feel free to like our post and even leave a positive comment for us. And the positive feedback we have for the month is how people want to be selected. Successful is when people love reading. Every second week of the month and the 5th week of the month, it is the time for you to wear the dye technology clothes. And the video was made by the technology group. It is also warm to see how this video is, and even people are wearing the technology clothes. We're still showing our pretty. If you are here in person, and please keep following because we have the cameras all around and taking pictures. This is a 1-minute video with all the little captures of our in-person presentation. So please always smile. And then last week, it's the second week of the month. So you can see we are wearing the dye technology clothes. We also have family members come here and do the sharing, who also went back to their original job and sharing about the technology clothes. You know that sister Shu was super duper busy. I don't know if she is busy, but every time she write really good positive feedback every time. And she's not only writing about how she's feeling in the sharing section, she's also mentioning some of the feedback, some of the presentation from other family members from last week. Let's see how their communication went with the AI. It was making a beautiful song. Even in Mrs. Timmy's positive feedback, she still mentioned every picture that every person who presented last week. As you can see, the song was summarized of what happened in last week of sharing. And even the rhyme sounds pretty. Are you feeling really touched? And also last week we were really lucky to have some of the masters from the hall to come and visit us. So really appreciate Sister Xue and teammate brother. There's also another sound for the translating group. This is a family from Japan. He chose to do the very positive rhyme, and we feel like it is time to. Every time when it's a sharing section, it is a speech section. He was mentioning that every time it is so interesting that sometimes it was only a third, it was 4 to 5 minute section, but then Sister teacher was able to minimize into 30 seconds, but sometimes she doesn't finish in 30 seconds and she starts mentioning something else, and then the translation group has to follow really tight. really appreciate everyone who is joining us on, right? Um, I'm not sure how you're feeling, but this song makes me feel like really light and funny. Um, and also teacher was feeling the lyrics is also really funny. Um, this show was wasn't sure if you ever watched, excuse me, watch it, but teacher was really recommended, and this is also another show. And it is called it's about different people and different on a street corner. Next week we have Sister Mayland. She is going to talk about how people meet their best of themselves. Um, uh, so um, for when she comes, she might have a really touchful speech, and you may feel really touched and cried a little bit. Um, we also will have Sister Pei Hua coming. I think for for our for our section for next week, there is a limited edition for the section. It is at room 301. Feel free to scan the QR code. It actually only have 10 spots left. And it is in the afternoon of next Monday at 1:30, I think. Um, Sister is going to talk about how to take a deep breath, and also it's going to be about um, how to feel, how to feel, how to feel, um, how to feel calm and take a deep breath. Also, um, please wear a comfortable clothes if you are here joining us in person next week. And please also bring a yoga mat next week. We also have the Japanese family coming next week, and we have the guided reading, Sister Linghui. And as you can see, we have families from different countries, and um, when they come and join us, they're going to use different ways, and they're going to talk about different topics. Um, our keychain, I think, and I think that's a keychain. It's a new design, and if you want, you can purchase it. Um, and also, if you are here or you already bought um, the fan, this is a foldable fan, and it is really easy to keep it in the pocket. This is our 13 years anniversary um, edition. This is a gift for everyone who is here. Uh, we are going to use it during our photo sections. So if you are here, if you belongs to the family group from our international section, you can take it away. I think in I think on Friday, it will be the section. It will be the time for the family members to go back to the Jinsi Hall and talk with Master. This was the news for its 30 years anniversary. As a 13, we have the fans and we have the clothes. It is the sister using a lovely design about how the number 13 can be meaningful for different pictures. And for our May 22nd, there is a really important online page section. We have family members from different countries, so across different time zones. So, as you can see, Master is doing such a combine of all of us, and feel free to see this only by building good relationships and can bring joys to us. The good person in Master's heart is feel free to say that with us. You have an open-minded and you have control in emotions. You're doing things by following your heart and you have a calm heart. Do not be picky by the small, tiny things. And if you are this kind of person, Master will feel really proud and really connected to the future. Please pray that you are the positive person in Master's house, and also feel free to put your hands in front of your heart and also tell Master that you are the positive person that Master is looking for you. As you can see, when you are putting your hands in front of your heart, you're making a good connection to yourself. And also, if feel free to say the person who's sitting next to you, they are also a part of the group and they are also really glad to be here with you. And we also really appreciate that we are being together for many years. And this week, excuse me, this week we are in the third week of the month. So we have Sister Effie and we have Brother Andrew and they are from Malaysia. Sister Xiaoqing and Lily, I think they are making their way to Singapore to Malaysia this week. We also have the Cantonese group. Really appreciate this group from your family members. Also, please, if you're here joining us with us online, please stay here online with us until the end of the section so we can take a group picture. We also have these positive feedback that in last section there was a translation, there was a sharing section from Lambini, and we were talking about how the internet was not doing well and how hard it is for the technology work, but still they use their phone to do the translation section. So as we can see, the guided reading was really important. And also there were positive feedback about um, how people were feeling proud that everything was been to Nepal Lambini, and how people were bring the positive energy together, and even the kind of reading group, um, they bring everything together, and everyone was so busy, but they're still so powerful to connect everyone together. Sister Children was in Canada, and then she was preparing for the online. She was preparing for the online section with all the words section, but when she finished her part, the person who's sharing, the guided person, is still doing the section, so she was really appreciating another sister come help her after. This is the group that they hold the board for us. If they are if they are the group doing this, they are holding this signal for a long time. Excuse me. And they are not only doing for a short period of time, they're doing for a long time. And I also really appreciate everyone who was doing a positive feedback online with us. Now we have the guided reading. Sister Zheng Jin, she is from Kaohsiung, and she did her slideshow long time ago, and she just changed her slides. She just made a tiny little bit tweak a little bit. So she's going to sharing about accompanying Nepal. So please welcome with her. We're glad to be with her because we have positive energy. So everyone who is here online with us, who's here in person with us and online with us, from Kaohsiung is Zheng Jin. Excuse me. So her sharing today is called Accompanying Nepal. Nepal is about 35,000 kilometers away from Taiwan. Even they are that far away, it's still the Buddha's home. And Taiwan is trying to make a connection with the Nepal family. In 2020, and when people first thinking about Lambini, it's about, oh, people are living nice and happy. They have really good view. They have a lot of flowers and plants. But the reality is, when volunteers first join them, it feels like it was 25,000 years ago, when the Buddha was still just started, and because the general view was not strong enough, there were holes all around the roads. There are muddy water. It smells really bad, and even the animals was walking around. This is the Malaysia and Singapore's temperature feelings. As you can see, it's about 24 to 32 degrees. And the blue one is how the temperature goes in Lumbini. If it's in the summer, it can get to around 40-ish degrees, and the feeling temperature can be 50 degrees. And in winter it will only be like 4 or 5 degrees. So the big challenge for the weather is also a part, and this is also a big challenge for them. As we can see, there's no tap water. They can only drink underground water, and there are lots of insects who bite people. The water come out from the tap is black. Um, there are a lot of even sickness because how the weather is getting and how the water is unclean. So the first part of the big challenge is the temperature. Because when it first started, it was super hot in summer. They have to leave on the floor. It's hard for them to leave on. It is hard for them to leave. It is hard for them to stay because they don't have hot water and they have to use the underground water. Mm. Oh. Oh. They have been passing slowly. And they also have a lot of insects, like a lot of insects that bite people. And if people are getting hot stroke, they're getting really sick during the winter. And brother was saying that one of the volunteers leave people on the flight. Brother was thinking why that person's not me. He feel really sad when that happened. In 2020, in 2015, the brother who just talked was even in the volunteer group for the earthquake at that time. Even if they've been into Linghui before, they still feel really hard to leave it in there. So what makes these people to willing to stay in Hualien and willing to do a little bit change and willing to give up what they have? So Master was saying, we are the Buddhists, and Lumbini in Nepal is where the Buddha started. We have Suji because we follow by Buddhists. The Buddha choose to do this because he wanted to help people. He wanted to help people around. So it is important for us to follow along, like we need to follow along and people join and follow the steps of the Buddha and for others to have a better life. It's not for them to have a beautiful, but excuse me, but they put lots of efforts in getting all this in steps. Brothers and sisters were feeling how hard it was to live in London. Brother Jing was when he first heard the news about going to London, he stopped his 30 years company, and he spent the whole week persuading his family to just stay in London in Nepal. He donated blood in Singapore for 193 times, but he was getting a heart attack. I mean, last half a years ago. And he was really proud that he chose to come to the beanie because the heart, um, if he got a heart attack in Singapore, Master probably won't let him to do it. Brother Jimmy was never forgetting that Master was putting the hands in front of his chest and saying, "No matter, I don't know if we have chance to see how Tsuji is developing in Benin." And Master Brother was saying, because of the wish of Master, I talk to my kids. I'm willing to die in Lumbini. I always want to stay here. In 2024, the Singaporean militia group come back to Taiwan, and they were talking to Master how much work they've been done in London. This girl was developing in local group. She wished that she can be the feet of Master, the hand of Master, the eyes of Master, and the ears of Master. She want to let Master know that she will try her best to turn the Nepal in another round, and she is going to try her best to continue working like that.
在一生又高过一生的我愿意中，是立愿翻转佛果的恒尺。回馈佛果的团队在尼泊尔已经展开了4大志业。
They have a sign called Home Mission. It is not an only line for them to stay with us, but it's also them to doing hard work and see how they're doing. And for giving back to Buddha is about how much efforts they put. They start doing schools. They start doing clinics, and I think in May 2nd there is a new section started. There is one short video about how they get started. All those brothers and sisters still going to continue to stay with them. There were residents being building, there were clinics were building, schools were building.
2500年的法脉，不变的初心，与您相伴，现在仍然是进行式，感恩。
好，真的很感动哈，是我不用心啊，我不晓得最后还有影音，所以因为我听到的是铃声响。所以今天什么都很好，在时间上的。
500 years for the continuing of building, and we continue. We continue moving forward.
应该是2个月左右啦。
对，2个月前 给了，可是在上个星期他整个重新再处理，你就可以看到在最后面那个
So we can
就
see
加入最新的。所以你看我们导读人的
except
用
for
心，即便呢学
sister
长已经做好的东
guided
西，但是还是能够觉得优化就在优化哈。那另
sister
外呢，你可以看
made
到的就
them
是我们的校长
slideshow
姐
in
姐已经来了。
in
那
about 2 months
为
ago.
什么在这一块我
As
特别
we
呢？
can see, like
校长姐姐在旁边，但是
she
我
added
给她麦
new
克风，
posted
说麦克风下去，那就不看。
even
今
she
天早上
finished
这个我们
making
2个要
about 2
做
months
3
ago,
件
so
事，
she
一个
still
就是
feel
其中
like
有一件事就是想
there
麦，
are
对，
chances
现
for
在麦在我身上。待会再说。
for
那
her
为
to
什么
add
加
a
上我
little
姐
bit
姐
more.
呢？也其实因为她刚从那个地方回来，所以很深刻的感触。其实我早就知道与您相伴是今天的导读，我没有告诉她，但是我相信校长坐进来坐下的当下，其实应该很有感受哈。我们就是每周都这样导读，然后没想到遇到。那为什么又请我们的翠莲站在那边？因为她也刚从尼泊尔回来。
Sister beside sister Meiyun was the principal at Nepal. I think she just came back recently, and Sister Tuling next to her was also coming back from Lumbini, and as we can see, we really appreciate. Sorry, I really appreciate the sisters was just coming back and see how much work they've been working in Lumbini. We also have the feedback from Hualien. She was even still in work, but she's doing us in person. She was saying that she also really want to go to Nepal. I really appreciate the family members from Singapore and Malaysia. From Malaysia and Singapore to see how much work you're doing. I think the host of the beginning orientation, she probably will join us in August, because Sister really wanted her to come here and share, and because it was really such a great work. And all those families are in TCSH right now. So now you can see how different people, different job positions are getting different efforts in these sections. During the section, we see how much we turn around the Nepal. We probably wasn't even planning to think about how all this can get started. It was only about 1 year and 4 months ago. A master starts saying this, and then the local volunteers who are from Singapore and Malaysia will start putting efforts in. People are commenting that we can see how much people are putting effort in Lumbini. It was really touched. It was also really appreciate how Sister Zheng Jin was giving us the lovely sharing. And we also have Sister was giving the Shinkoyu already. Also really appreciate Sister Zheng Jin for her sharing. And now we can see and we can get started. We can get started and then it will be rolled. There are different these projects are getting started. There is there. Oh, you said there is the recycle chair. Oh, this is a recycle chair. It can hold 150 kilograms. And also remember we have the technology section on the first and second weeks of the month. We also have the positive feedback. So oh, this is the chair Sister Meiyun was mentioning. Sister Yundun Hao was from Mongolia. And she was saying she was sharing that how they're sharing in Wednesday. She was mentioning that the sharing was really great, and even there was rehearsal happens before, and it was still really touched because we see how the stories of Mongolia was working together, and this was a sharing from Sister Wang Dan. She was saying that how interesting it is for making connections. When she before the book was published, and she was interviewing. She was sorry. She was taking. Sorry. She was interviewing. Yeah, she was interviewing brother, and then she see how the book was being published. Now we are going to Shunko Leopard. This is our family members from our family English. Sister was getting a really good summarize of what happened last month. Sister Tin Shui was giving such a great guided reading. And they were also great sharing for Sister from Shandong was also saying was Sister from Meiyun they were also commenting on the CEO of the hospital was giving a sharing.
元时时关怀保尊严，旧法导读丁雪玉，红国安生大爱屋，自力更生创专场，缘苦众生得安乐。
And they also don't not even writing about the English version. They also write about the Mandarin version.
以德传家增财富，善化行动积福报，大爱健康如伯刃，运动行善成循环，五行平均中庸道，稳定成长续愿力呀，续愿力。好，一次爱的鼓励给我们跨区跨国的顺口溜团队，一起来。顺口溜团队，你们好，赞，感恩哦。好，那同时今天在这边也感恩我们结缘的部分。那嘉玲是我们，她是叫我少提她，是我们的空姐，现在受证为委员，所以是师姐，所以我们都叫她二姐。好，所以两个姐了。那她个人很喜欢。
We also really appreciate everyone who is here in person with us. This is the positive connection we have.
就选了这一天，请问今天是几号？520，所以是我爱你。好，那我们也很谢谢，就是
there is the spicy powder for this time.
能够分享出去，因为他觉得胶心粉其实对身体是好的，尤其是吃全素的人是需要的。因此，在这个当下
And really interesting that we choose this day because today is May 20th. It sounds like I love you in Chinese. This powder was really good for the people who is vegetarian. I think in May 24th, she is going to do the in-person presentation, and she is going to introduce her book. If you are here in person, you really want one, please, if you really want to take it, please make sure you read it, and each family can take only one. And she is not only doing the book, she is also doing the podcast. Now we can see the speaker. Oh, 感恩 Brother Angel.
感恩。
我们美国的宋英妮来做这样的合作。那英妮是我们美国的方文师姐接引着美编哈，所以文编美编棒棒接力哈。那宇宙源头就是爱，就是我们校长姐姐的这一部大爱剧了。所以那个时候呢，郑家主任也。
So today we are very fortunate to have one very, very interesting topic, communicating with the young, with the next generation. So what is he doing? He's leading the group on a tour. So sometimes we have this silent education, being able to educate the members of the department as well as the secondary school students and parents on nature. And this is the best education in terms of leading them to appreciate nature and also to improve communication between generations. Is it true that teachers have no pressure? That's not very true. Teachers have their own type of pressure coming from different sources. Here they use Coca-Cola as an example, and they say, "Oh, how is it that we can stop drinking Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola is not really healthy for you?" So sometimes we have to educate people from different perspectives in order to be able to show them what is good, what is not good for you. So Zhenjia is telling them how we can slowly let go of certain uh, obsessions. So sometimes we say, "Oh, okay, Coca-Cola tastes very good," but is it really that way? Is it good for you? Good for your health? Good for your body? So it's very important to educate the students in the different aspects, whether in terms of health, whether in terms of relationship with their peers, and also relationship with their parents. Here you can see the ceremony of passing on, passing the bamboo banks to pour out the content, to inculcate a habit of saving for a good cause. So sometimes we talk about disaster. Sometimes when the earthquake starts, we have to also educate people about how we cannot determine our life's directions all the time. How do how do we go through education and make sure that we elevate the value of life in our respective individuals' lives? So actually, many of my teachers now are actually my former students. So it's wonderful to see the students all come back, teaching the next generation. So we have a lot of skills that we can impart, and definitely it is a skill that we would like to communicate and transfer to the next generation. I love to be with you because you have got positive energy. Hello, everybody. Oh, since we are here, we wave to you and say hello, everybody. Originally, brother is supposed to come over physically, but sometimes life is such we cannot have the best of both worlds. So at least he's coming online to share with us. So everything is a good affinity, and we definitely look forward to listening to Zhenjia's sharing. Welcome, welcome, Zhenjia, who is who is the counseling director at Hualien University Secondary School. I'm grateful to everybody. And please don't call me Sigu because I'm not that old. I see Principal Lee at on site. I think I'm really a small little potato in front of her. So basically, she will do a much better job than me. Well, basically, when we talk about communication, we are also talking about, well, sometimes we have to listen a bit more, we talk a bit less. Sometimes we have to wait a little bit longer. So this is the proper and grounded practice with the new generation. sometimes I wish to adjust the expectation and moderate the expectation of the parents. So you see, as a teacher, we actually have different educational roles. Uh, so in terms of different roles, we can be a translator of our emotional language. We can be a cartographer of the soul. That means we create cartoons telling about people, how you feel, what exactly is your inner peace. We can be an architect of the future blueprint. We can be a guide, a tour guide to the memory of a land we have visited before. We can be also be instructor of a movement philosophy. And on top of all that, we can also be a designer of a group atmosphere. So this is all the different roles a teacher can play. So actually, all these are life education. These are different aspects of life education that will benefit not only students but also the parents. And also in the process of doing that, the teacher themselves are touched upon, and they also learn from this the different perspectives of encouraging communication between themselves and the students. So, have you ever, as teacher, heard of young people using expressions that, "Hey, you completely don't understand me"? Have you heard about it? If you have, please raise your hand. So sometimes we also say, "Oh, communicating with young people is really not easy." So if we have that problem, you also can raise your hand. So basically, the two aspects: either the young ones say they don't understand you, or you say you cannot communicate with them. So the distance between us and the new generation can be further exacerbated by the uh, invention of the mobile phone. So with the mobile phone getting updated, modernized, and with all the functions, we realize that our distance between the generation is actually getting wider because their preoccupation could be very different from yourself. So last time when we turn on the phone, well, sometimes we can actually take some minutes before you can hear it. But now, well, within a few seconds, your phone turns on, and you are, exposed to all the different worldly attractions because of your availability of the phone. So the generational differences are shaped by our environment. So there are different generations, you must understand: Generation X, Generation Y, Generation Z, and Alpha generation. So Generation X values perseverance, and then Generation Y values self-realization, and then Generation Z are digital natives. They're all in immersed in the digital world. So sometimes very hard to communicate without you knowing about what they know and what they don't know. Then, of course, there's this alpha generation. So, alpha generation are what we call AI natives. So, AI natives, again, are in a different world from you. So, if they are in a different world, then perhaps it's better for you not to be so sure that your communication method is correct, because you have to tailor your communication method with the different generations, with their different whims and frenzies. So it's very important to understand the generation gap is sometimes not because they want to be like that, not communicating you, but they are surrounded by an environment that is different from you. So you can see, for example, this picture is all generated by AI. So if you do not learn about it fast enough, you'll be left behind. And you talk to them, they don't understand you. Yeah. So now there are so many social media that's available. So you have got Instagram, you got YouTube, you got Dcard, you got Facebook. So you have Twitter, then you have Weibo, then you have got TikTok. So basically, so many different types of social media are available. So the platforms the young people spend the most time on are on Instagram, YouTube, Gcard, Facebook, and others. So young people nowadays, if you interview them, they actually prefer messaging to actual phone call with you. You call them, they don't want to pick up your call. Instead, they'll answer you if you send them messages or you send them line messages. So basically, is a different word. So again, the popular youth games include what type of games? Arena of Valor, Genshin Impact, Agi Party, Pokemon Go, Minecraft. They attract players through achievement, collaboration, and social bonding. So you can see the different perspectives. So sometimes I communicate with parents as well. So again, parents uh, must understand that games are not just entertainment, but it's actually social currency. Is also fulfilling the psychological needs of the young people. They, then they will feel belong. They feel that they have a feedback channel, and they have a sense of achievement because they realize that through this method they have a window of opportunity to communicate what they feel, what they think is important. So basically, all these are very important in terms of communication. So that area of involvement may be different from you, but really, this you must understand. So basically, sometimes you look at this picture, it's like, oh, the parents are very angry with them, but the children are not listening, or rather, they build a little environment of barrier so that whatever you say, it doesn't go into their ear at all. So they don't know. It is not that they don't want to listen. They can't understand. They can't understand why their involvement in what they feel is an outlet for them is not met with approval by the parents. So the truth behind communication shutdown is that children are not getting bad. The emotional frequency simply isn't aligned. In other words, the frequency of the child and the adult, parent, they are not aligned. That's why they feel very different. So sometimes you have to tell yourself, time and space are all the protective umbrella between individuals. So you must really listen more and then wait a little bit longer. Space and relationships that act as protective umbrellas between people. So it's so simple. Last time it's very easy to communicate, but now in order to communicate, you have to go through different ways, different channels. Instead of a call, you have to go through line messaging. You have to Instagram. You have to go through all the different approaches that the young people can align with. Now we show you a video. You see, sometimes we say, "Oh, please come back."
我没讲话，我没有讲话，为什么要找我出来？
大家都围着你，我找你出来问清楚状况，有什么不对吗？
为什么要问我？我一句话都没有讲，你就把我当犯人？那你记我过好了。
The young one is very disillusioned. She feels that he's being treated like criminal. Mm-hmm.
你在种什么？
我也不知道。
你是种花的人
Oh, what are you planting?
什么花？那你为什么要种？
我虽然不知道它是什么花，但我知道它会开花。所以不管到时候它开出什么样的花。
Although I don't know what flower it is, I know it will blossom.
你不是总务处的工友啊？你是辅导主任？
对，你眼力不错嘛。
我都知道了，是不是身教组长跑过去跟你告状，叫你过来跟我说教？
他没有跟我告状，他只是提醒我，这边有一株鲜花需要灌溉。
神经病哦！我不是花。
我也没有说是你呀。这土。
Well, I didn't say you are the flower that we need to plant.
你自己要种的花又不是我要种的，我为什么要帮你啊？
种花是一件很有意思的事情哦，看着花一点点改变，一点点成长，会非常开心。
So you plant the tree, you develop.
哎，你笔记本。这孩子防卫心真重，要走进他的世界，还得多用心。田红宇。
徐主任。
啊，你好。
Hey, Mr. Xu. Is Hongyu giving you more trouble?
请坐。
Come, please take a seat.
罗老师，我跟田宏宇谈过了，我发觉他有很重的防卫心，他觉得很多外面的事物都是在攻击他，所以他情绪会有比较大的波动。
So I had a talk with Hong Yu. Actually, always that there's always a lot of barrier, and he's actually fearful. He thinks that a lot of people are attacking him.
或者我们应该说，他觉得他根本不需要解释，明明不是他的错，为什么所有事情都是？
So Hong Yu feels that he doesn't need to explain.
但生气的情绪没有办法化解，反而让别人对他的误会更深，所以他害怕。
So sometimes when you
主任，您觉得我应该怎么做？
他的委屈感没有受到适当的化解，反而越积越深，这让他
so he feels that he's being wrong.
有时候别人只是对他开个玩笑。
So he will be more sensitive if he.
我觉得我们可以试着转移他的注意力，让他把这种情绪转变为
Maybe we can have a distraction for him.
或许他可以用这种
Maybe can increase his confidence.
主任，谢谢你这么关心宏宇，你把宏宇的个性分析得好透彻，连我这个做妈的有些角度都没有看出来。
当局者迷，旁观者。
好，那这个部
So
分
sometimes we see a different perspective.
有时候会比较没办法去听到大人的声音。那这个地方呢，刚好就是一个缓冲剂啊，有时候缓冲一下，让孩子能够去面对。那因为这部戏我没办法全部都播，我就播一段他在这个过程，其实很感恩哦。
So I just do a little small part.
然后曾经呢，我还追着他在校园跑。
So it's important to continually communicate with the child. So everyone of our children is different.
就像刚刚那张照片，你看到他其实回到学校里面来，他其实很认真的帮部落去卖水果像这个市值是他还特别到办公室来，每一次只要有时间，他即使毕业，现在在读大学，他也会愿意回来找老师，因为这一份情跟爱都是延续的，拉长情扩大爱，因为我们了解孩子，我们知道他需要什么。 而不是用一般的方式就直接骂他说你怎么可以这样。
Sometimes we have to understand what a child needs really. What type of method do we use in order to communicate with him? So sometimes problematic behavior can be a survival raft in an ocean of stress. Adults should become a steadier raft instead of tearing it away. So if we tear it away, the child feels he has no more support. So sometimes from these little moments of sharing, we can really come closer to a child. Don't think that it's always the teacher teaching the student. So actually, sometimes it's the student teaching the teacher. So you must adopt that mindset. So he went on to win a medal, and the medal is even surpassing even the university students. So sometimes the little projects they do, it could be in enhancing the inflammatory nature of product. So they have a different mindset. They create little things that even an adult cannot think of. So it's very important to know that. So most young people they dislike authoritarian suppression. Instead, they seek equal communication and with meaning and respect.
等一下我会跟各位讲要怎么去存这个信任存款。我觉得有存了好的存款以后，跟孩子互动就绝对没问题。界限呢，就是你的存款
So it's like a tai chi of counseling. We have to be gentle at some moment in order to smoothen out the differences between the generations. So sometimes we have to create humor. Humor builds closeness, while discipline establishes clear and fair boundaries. So sometimes we have to have an interplay between discipline and humor. So sometimes we have to smoothen all the rough corners of communication so the younger generation can communicate with us better.
我们要训练他的前额叶啊，要去思考一下，这样的部分如果换作是我，用同理心去面对他，你会发现到为什么辅导老师很多学生愿意跟他讲。
So sometimes we also have to think about maybe we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the student. How would we react if we are treated a certain way? Will they retaliate? And we have to learn to handle emotions before we handle issues. So we have to handle emotions first before we handle the issues. And then we have to change the way questions are asked to reduce resistance. So even between me and my wife, also sometimes we have to change the way of communication so that less differences can arise. We have to build trust through daily casual companionship and conversation. So now we have a casual conversation. It may not mean much, but it brings you that much closer to the person you are communicating with. So we must avoid helicopter parenting. We allow reflection. We allow resilience. And we try and build responsibility in a child.
我们在跟李校长在学校的时候有播了这一场戏，就是宇宙源头就是爱。那有一段我跟小孩子的互动，我们也可以看一下用食农教育。
This is another video that talk about how I communicate with the younger ones.
你是要看多久了？波汉，
这个孩子比较特别。
老师，
他会
这个可以让我养吗？
就在班上
可以啊，
或者是身
但是你要遵守约定啊。
压力。
什么约定啊？
想到一个方式，带着他去做食农，
不能跟同学吵架，
然后让他去养蚯蚓，然后甚至做很多的一些园艺的事情。没想到他反而蛮喜欢的。有时候要找一些方法来做了。
不能随便吵着要回家 ，OK 吗？
好，可以，你说什么都可以啦。
还是3.5？什么小乐？附加条件，你当我的助手，我们要一起照顾这个菜园，因为没有菜园就没有小乐，可以吗？
可以。
So you must see. Sometimes we communicate. Oh, you can have the worm, but you must agree to the 3 conditions. You must not quarrel with people. You must not walk out of class. You must learn to communicate better. And you cannot have this worm without the garden. So you must learn to cultivate the garden before you can have the worm.
我就把它整理成变成一块食农的田地，里面种了很多的
So basically, sometimes we use different ways to communicate, and I'm thankful to Principal Lee for allowing me to use piece of land in order to communicate with the students better. So sometimes we have to do different channels in order to communicate with them. So we have to learn to decode emotions. We have to build trust slowly. And then we have to balance boundaries with flexibility and empower responsibility. Sometimes we have to educate a child how to look at results. So sometimes they have very surprising words to share. Mm. They will actually come out with very surprising remarks saying that, oh, before the results come out, I'm actually okay. Yeah. So what happens after the results are come out is another matter. So in order to build trust, we have to slowly, very slowly, uh, you know, get closer to the child. Mm. So really have to listen more, and then you have to wait a little bit more. So it's very important to know we do not don't think that you are too small. Don't belittle yourself because every one of us have got limitless capability. So facing the new generation, we do not need to be perfect parents or teachers. We just need to be warm to the next generation. We must be empathetic as well so that we can develop steadfast companionship in order to move on to the next generation. So the conclusion is become a warm light that does not hurt the eyes. Love means giving according to what others truly need, not according to what we want. So it's important. Love means giving according to what others truly need. So the above is my sharing. Any question, please feel free to ask.
那当然了，因为他可能以为是在现场，然后因为是辅导主任，所以，对对对，主任你要保持微笑哦。然后江主任你忘记给我光了，对，所以我们真的再次用掌声感恩好不好？我们相信，在简报的制作上，你就觉得郑家其实是有跟得上时代的，好，只是我觉得你不要叫我师姑，我已经叮咛过你很多次了。对，那为什么他会叫师姑叫习惯？很简单，因为他是跟学生一起叫的啦。 所以都以慈，然后另外他就是一个慈亲的一个角色。再叫我师姑我就翻脸了，因为已经叮咛过了啊。不过他刚才所讲，你看哦，数学考120分，然后英语可以考到20分，所以这样也蛮 balance 的。然后但是现在很优秀的主任，而且呢，你看刚才我们在一次爱的鼓励，他就非常让你带一下好了，你喊我。
Basically, I've known him since as a student, you know.
来，好来，导播 take 一下来。
爱的鼓励起来。
好嗨，真的很响亮。回到你学校的时候，对不对？所以就是这样子的一个带动力，我们真的非常的感动。
You come back to your days of when you were a student.
多的事情要以身作则，谁家吃饭没有拿手机不看iPad？
So basically, we have to show by example. We have to lead by example, right?
所以这样的一个默契规定，其实又多了空间。其实这是很多人提的，但是真的有去落实去做的可能不多。但是郑家主任他就以身作则，是辅导主任。
You always say a lot of times we hear a lot of people sharing, but those who actually do it, but there may not be that many.
爱跟你都放在那边，你是故意吗？故意那2个字就排版上啊，影片上，我看你，然后你要放在独立让它存在，然后爱也独立让它存在，是吗？你故意的所以他有他的想法要去强调你或爱。那在这个当下里面呢，为什么他在2出剧里面去用段落，让我们去看到这都是真实的个案也或许可以拿到大爱2项去演出那这边呢，花莲的文代说，感恩郑家主任的分享，慈中的辅导室老师一直很受慈中学生的喜欢。
So we have a lot of positive feedback from the net.
那郑家主任就是。
So we're very grateful for teacher for being close to the students.
校长姐姐可以有1分钟对他，你今天的在现场听他这样的一个呈现那加拿大的一个管心呢，以同理心看见每个孩子的一个。
So pass the mic to Principal Lee so that he can have one minute of interaction with Zheng Jin.
一个是拥抱，说我们先抱给郑家主任看一下。你们没来点掌声，这很奇怪
First, let's have a warm embrace.
看见孩子的亮点，郑家主任对于发掘人才、培育人才、陪伴人才、善用人才不遗余力。他所创的大地和风泉，对全世界都风行。所以上次他有来这，我也说，可不可以现场来请教一下，传遍海内外，运用在儿童营、慈少营、亲子班、长青班、老少咸深受喜爱，无限感恩那苏静慧在台南说，佛心对人，谦恭待人，人皆是佛，如常不轻。高雄的碧娟说，感恩徐主任的分享，教育是社会的希望，在少子化的年代更显得不容易，感恩老师们不辞辛劳，春风化雨，为下一代的一个努力那嘉义的余慧说，教育的核心理念应该是以爱为基底，以时间为养分，教育不是急于求成的加工厂，而是需要耐心灌溉的职业。他写的非常多，他最后写同频共振，沟通就不再有障碍所以今天其实刚才他有说，我们跟孩子沟通比较没有那么顺畅，请举手。其实举手不多，是不是没有，而是算了，别举了应该是这样子态度比较多，就是说来话长，每个妈妈爸爸都快哭出来了那比如说感恩郑家老师今天的分享，对于有青少年的孩子们，我们是很受用的。之前曾听过孩子到了7年，就是父母要自己。
So basically, a lot of parents have written in to say, "Wow, it's really very good sharing. I can actually adopt some of this advice given by Xu Zuren to be able to communicate better with my children."
好，赞叹郑家主任在教育用心、用情跟爱来灌溉每个孩子，对上频率很重要时经在美国，他说，其实现在的孩子交友社群都在网络，若身为家长，若直接
Yeah, so some have remarked from the US saying that, yeah, indeed, most of the communication is actually through social media. So parents must realize that in order to communicate better with the next generation, we really have to know social media as well.
校长你常用吗？当然了。1分钟，直接给他喊过去。嘿，是。
好，我回馈一下哈。那郑家当辅导主任已经有10多年了哈。其实我觉得我看上他的一些特质啊。是。要不然我这个学辅导的，我当然会很挑剔辅导工作。他是一个很诚恳的人，很温暖的人，还有他是个非常感性的人。
So Brandon Lee said that, oh, he has been in this line for so many years. He is a very sincere guy. So sometimes, so in counseling, we really have to put ourselves in the shoes of the children.
我觉得，因为他以前是带团康，那带团康呢，就是他喜欢把快乐带给别人，是，所以他本身很诚恳、很单纯、很善良、很温柔。然后
So basically, he likes to bring joy, laughter to others. And he's very gullible in that sense. So he was gullible, and therefore I was able to entice him to actually go to cultivate the land behind the school.
因为他没有人会嘛哈，然后我刚刚说，这个因为教务学务不可能嘛哈，那再就是图书馆主任跟辅导主任，那图书馆主任是女生是司环，我说难道你要我看司环去拿锄头吗？是啊，那不是他就那就是你啦，他就这样默默的，然后又养蚯蚓，又养黑水蟒，那简直把辅导室呢变成我就不要讲了啦哈，所以进到辅导室就有味道。哎，你好，郑家你好棒。是给郑家。
So basically,
那的确呢，97的说，我家的孩子也是你鼓励的，成为非常贴心。哦，是 ，Hello 976的，我不晓得你正确的名字，但是在这边直接跟郑家主任来喊话。然后我们美国的有要求了，他说你直接在线上带我们是那个大地和风犬，不用啦，我觉得我觉得直接你可以简单。
So you say, oh, why can't you just do a demonstration of the 大地和风
30秒以后，
大地和风 movement？
郑家老师要他好。内蒙的恩利说，感恩郑家主任的分享，跨时代的沟通与主任流畅的分享中，能感受到一路用心陪伴每一位学生，倾听学生的一个情感。所以你看，
there are a lot of positive feedback coming in for 徐增家。
大地和风，
不用了，不用大地和风选，
太久了。对，来个团康吧，让大家更 happy。
简单的，可以吗？你今天穿这样不方便，
不要再给我们乌鸦了。
好，要乌鸦干嘛？
因为他有很多
手指头啊。
手指头。
来跟，好，各位一起坐哈，来。
Let's follow 徐to do the。
快点哦！预备，这手指头动作，预备，
快点，
我们还摆起，
做慈济，做慈济，做慈，大家一起做慈济。
OK， 谢谢。所以客气。
So do you have a good movement with your finger?
所以非常感恩，我们再次掌声感恩主任，谢谢，挥手跟他再见哈。
我要去上课喽，我先下线喽。
去，乖，嘿，去。
So I have to go to a class now. I'll see you another time.
所以可以看到简报上出现的就是希望的力量这样的一个监狱团队，他们今天呢，团队要站出来，告诉我们说，因为相信而看见希望，他们有15分钟的一个分享。那在这边呢，我们先来看看这些影像的一个画面哈。 那这些影像的画面呢，您可以待会很熟悉，它是
So we look at some videos first on the next sharing.
他们当然因为要走入监狱，所以呢，就是跟监狱这边都有互动。那么在互动的当下，他们也都有所感。那这些呢，都是很熟悉我们在做的实际的一个活动哈。我们来听听看。
So basically, we look at how they interact with the prisoners.
同是受刑人，刑期长的阿斌劝善不能停。
陈斌就是跟我讲一些佛法，就开始问他了解说那个慈济当志工的事情。
接触到慈济，让我的心改变了。其实如果更好，应该是要在外面就接触到了，也许我就不会因为贪而进来。
好，他们走入，
让我觉得很不可思议啊！我想要更好。
我以前也是跟生人，我们如果要改变，不是不可能，只要你有心。
志工爱的接纳，受刑人誓愿回归。
好，我们这个部分会把它传到群组。那最近他们一样如常的，每一年的浴佛节的前后，一定会走入二监这边，然后来把这样的一份。
So basically, before the Buddha bathing ceremony, we will go to the prison and lead them into doing the ceremony.
这样子的情况之下，在教化，我觉得是有很大的加分效果。
可以让那个同学像在这种低压环境中有一种平静啊，而且像这种在这种小型社接触就是小型社会，难得有这种平静，对大家都是好的啊。
透过这个浴佛典礼哦，能够洗涤我们内心的一些污垢。刚刚也有听到同学当着我的面说，师兄，我现在已经开始戒烟，也开始茹素，就代表我们这个浴佛典礼的那个意义有那个效果。
47岁小文因为枪
So basically, it's achieving its focus of encouraging vegetarianism and heart of repentance. And some have shared that they have actually stopped smoking or stopped drinking.
慈济志工走进台南第2监狱，展开关怀，以正能量带动狱友。
那接下来呢，我们另外今天的一个主要的一个分享者呢，就是我们的
做善心之意啊。
那我们来看一下，
手工蛋卷、蛋奶素都可以吃的哦。
慈济志工胡凤琴也到医院内临时摆摊，原来他是要感恩医护人员陪先生走完最后一程。
我对他们的细心照顾部分非常的感恩。然后那段时间是因为在忙着家里丧事的问题，然后就没有机会来跟他们答谢。然后刚有这个因缘机会，所以我想来答谢他们这样子。
尽管丧夫后又遇上8·1气爆，儿女还受伤，但付出的心更坚定。
我跟儿子商量后说，我如果受证之后，我想要去学做素食，因为本身对烹饪，我本身对烹饪很有兴趣。
人生波折不断，但
好 ，OK。
Well, I've always been interested in culinary skills, so I would like to volunteer in Tzu Chi, doing some nice vegetarian dishes.
最近早上、晚上都会去蕁麻香跟公休，等你无去就对啊，你就知道心空落的感觉，足痛，真的很痛。
So we like to imbibe in the Dharma by being involved in Tzu Chi activities as well.
口腔癌到他往生，其实差不多大概只有1年，就是没遇过的事情全部都一起来。
So my husband went through cancer suffering, and within 1 year of being detected of oral cancer, he passed on.
当时如果没有帮他拉我这一把的话，就可能烧烫伤 程度可能就不止这样。
出来在时阵像春我姐，我感觉讲我责任重大，我会会讲要求收紧海，伊卡着伤整只手，那个当下没有，一到医院的话，伊就水溅起来，发红啊，规个身体伊就像咧水泡。我听伊讲伊今日要清创，我都无入去啊。是安怎？哎，我唔敢看。伊当要甲叫伊缀陪哦，他就已经。
So he went through a lot of suffering, but I was with him all the way. We're thankful for.
是吗？都是自己的肉啊。我们家是做汽车材料行的，其实那段日子一直都是靠我先生。
Yeah, we're thankful for 30 volunteers walking the path with us.
很重，其实很重挫啊，不能去万佛遐讲看看好好，啊靠一杯。下两日万佛头真好哦，啊唔敢伫因面真好，是安怎？我先关心我袂走出那个伤的。
他就是属于那种会藏在心里，他不会跟你讲出来。有些我们都知道啦。
我气爆之后到你妈第一次露出笑容，大概是多久？
应该那条路修好吧，应该有半年了。腿的部分是骨折跟粉碎性的，在3-4个月啦，才可以就是不用任何东西，就是走路这样子，看可不可以赶快复健，就是快速一点。所以我出院就马上去做复健了。其实就是为了想说去分担妈妈的辛苦这样啦，公司跑来跑去的，也不能在这边好好坐着听电话或是吃饭什么的，这样很辛苦啊。妈妈是这个世界上最辛苦的职业。那其实这几年我们3个小孩都看到您最辛苦的。
So I know it's not easy being a mother. In fact, I think being a mother is very difficult in this period, especially in the last few months of my father's journey.
好，我们回到主场。我喜欢和你在一起，因为你有正能量。
I love to be with you because you have got positive energy.
我是故意的啊，就是稍微也讲一讲这样的一个故事，让大家更认识监狱的团队希望的力量。其实也一样，是来自我们慈济志工，而且每一个人的因缘不一样，只是他们今天集结在一起呢，就是走入监狱。那当然这个部分也一定是有因缘的。那其实刚才在看气爆的那个画面，说真的，凤琴在当时是礼拜4晚上的读书会的一个书友。那我记得呢，8·1气爆730的那一天，他特别跟我讲说，老师，你待会要请大家离开的时候，我在这里的手机讯息里面看到，请大家避免走什么路。那我就告诉了大家，隔天一早我们去熏法香，那时候5点多，我刚走进去，就有人跟我讲说，老师你看到讯息了没有？我说什么讯息？因为醒来就来熏法香了，所以还没有打开没。但是一看的时候，就是凤琴跟我讲的，前一天他也不是预言，就是他看到讯息，只是叫人避开，只是我们不晓得8·1气爆就在那个时间。你知道我们熏完法香，我们接到的任务，像我接到的任务就是到殡仪馆去。我们几个人到殡仪馆的时候，一直等到8、9点的时候，都还没有人来哦。为什么没有人来？各位，因为谁想到他家的家人出去一趟，晚1点回来或晚上没来，竟然是在8·1气爆的那一个路程里面不见了。可是后来他们发现不见了，所以用了最坏的打算，然后来到了那个殡仪馆。所以呢，我就是那一天。
So basically, that fateful day when we went to the mortuary,
就是我进入在陪伴的当下，每一个人其实他们可能样子都不一样的，可是所有的亲属见到都知道那是他的亲人，然后所以那一天我们就一直在陪伴，然后肩膀上就一直让他们趴着哭着。
so that day we were.
天下来，其实到了晚上我要躺下去的时候，我在想说，我能不能睡着这样的一件事情。那因为也会想说自己进出那么多，会不会担心害怕？那其实真的太累了。 也睡着了。好，所以这是8一气爆，那他就是很直接的，他的小孩就这样子受伤了。但是他说他很勇敢，一样。
That's the 17th of August. I'm sure you remember that earthquake period, and there was a lot of there were a lot of casualties, and it happened that day when the husband passed on.
小时候还真是可爱跟乖，我真不晓得他中间发生了这些事情，但是就是过往了，过了。但是他跟慈济接轨，现在也是很棒的走入监狱的一个团队。那今天苹果真的不是他送来的，是他送来的。然后大家一定会觉得说，那他既然送苹果，为什么你不发下去？因为他没跟我商量，我没有告诉他数量，他带来的数量只能给团队，好不好？那剩下的就给星期五我们要回去寻根，所以我们跨区跨国的团队，所以就送不到你们手上的，不能怪他哦，他给我惊喜，然后没给你们惊喜，就这样子，这么简单。但是有一件事可以自己来，这是忌讳。这个芒果，他们
although she didn't communicate in terms of giving us apple, but you know, apples are enough to give to the group.
然后在这个部分，今天这个芒果听说是非常好吃的，然后它可以6颗一袋250元。
And also this mango, we can also
赞助他们今天是提拨20%去做这样走入监狱的这样的一个加码。我想我们是愿意的，水果当然到哪里都可以买。今天他们既然已经出现了，如果没卖光，我们也不要走，好不好？所以也可以加码一下。那今天我要稍微再弄到这边哈，为什么我都
So maybe encourage all of you to purchase the mango is partly in aid of the prison work.
今天一早上他说，你今天怎么穿成这样？他说我是这个团队的啊，我今天要站台啊，所以这是我们导播组的团队试听的。好，所以你如果早上来看他来，他就赶快跟我们有视讯的，比如说刚才曾家主任就做视讯的一个测试，所以每一个人都做每一个人事情哈。那我非常感恩月晃的星期三，他是同仁哦，可是他不是当同仁，然后又做志工，他是星期三就把时间请假下来做慈济，给他热烈掌声一下。总之，我们非常感恩青根福田，然后
So basically, brother here is every Monday he take the day off to be a volunteer here. We're grateful to his help. I like to be with you because you've got positive energy.
上人金色师父，还有全球的慈济家人，还有在场的各位家人，早上好。好，我是胡凤琴，我来自高雄
Good morning to you.
文化和气哈。那12年前，我跟你们一样，每个礼拜四晚上坐在这里。那10年前呢，我升级了哦。10年前开始，礼拜四晚上，我不但来读书，然后美云老师也安排我一个位置站在这里。我喊什么？我喊那句。
So about 12 years ago, every Thursday evening I stood on the stage shouting, one patent after another. Every patent is a strong patent. I'm a strong patent. Everyone speaks of Tzu Chi. Go, go, go. Yes, I too came from this online study group community. I was responsible for leading the Thursday night strong patent sharing, slogan chanting. It was here that I trained my speaking skills and built my confidence. Under the guidance of Meiyun, I carried that confidence and faith into the prison outreach work. At present, our Power of Hope prison outreach team conducts Infinite Meaning Sutra verse class at Kaohsiung Second Prison in Yanzhou. Then we have classes for general inmates and HIV inmate groups at the Kaohsiung Drug Rehabilitation Center. And we also have Sitikaba Sutra teaching class as well. And we also have reading combination classes at the Juvenile Observation Center Library. And we also have individual counseling classes at Meiyun High School Girls Division. And we also have a book section on a Friday evening as well. Everyone in our team is a lecturer. Each person is talented in their own ways. And behind the scenes, we also have an 8-member correspondence team. They are truly hidden dragons in their own rights and crouching tigers. Every one of them is outstanding. Next, our team coordinator, Zhong Jiongyuan, will continue with the sharing.
我今天想要分享的主题就是从相信的力量找到希望的力量。
Zhong Jiongyuan will continue with the sharing now.
我曾经在迷惘的时候，我在我的女儿的面前施打毒品，这是一个做了很不好的示范，也让我的女儿当我的。
Today, I would like to share on a topic, seeing the power of hope through the power of belief. I was in prison 6 times in my life.
每一次都是因为毒品案。当我在监狱的时候，我的家里的姐姐写信进来。
During my darkest and most lost period, I even injected drugs in front of my child, setting a terrible.
我也不知所措。但是我来到屏东监狱，现在画面上你看到我认识。
Setting a terrible example. My daughter once looked at me and said, "Dad, why do you want to be a bad person?" That was the greatest pain in my life.
病危通知的时候，我就询问了蔡美惠师姐，实际神通广大，有没有能够让人家
？During my final imprisonment at Pingtung, I encountered the Pingtung Prison Ziji Care Team and met 6 brothers and sisters shown in the picture. They brought Master's teaching to me and helped me understand the law of cause and conditions, karma and retribution. While in prison, I received a letter from home informing that my mother was critically ill. I was completely at a loss. I asked Sister Tsai Mei-Hui if there was any way to help extend my mother's life. She immediately advised me to make a vow to adopt a vegetarian diet and dedicate the marriage to my mother. Miraculously, 1 week later, I received another little home, saying I had actually escaped danger.
但是在监狱里面，我发愿要做志工。监狱要出狱之后一定要3天的隔离。
At that moment, I even believed more deeply in the power of berries, of vegetarianism, and spiritual practice. From then on, I became even more determined to dedicate myself to Tzu Chi. I made a vow that after my release, I will follow Master and serve with Tzu Chi.
人家做慈济要有100万，你有100万吗？各位我们的法亲家人们，做慈济要不要100万？
Do you think that making a vow to serve Tzu Chi would come without test?
对不对？但是我们受刑人
The answer is no. There were definitely tests.
这是因为我们曾经所做错的一些。
Before being released, prison regulations require us to undergo 3 days of isolation. Then one of my email asked me, "What are you going to do?" And he said, "Oh, when we go up, come with me to my friend's place to take drugs." I replied, "No, after I leave prison, I'm going to do Tzu Chi work." Tzu Chi volunteers will be coming to receive me. He responded mockingly, "Tzu Chi is liars. You need to pay $1 million before they let you join."
戴老师感恩他，没有他就没有今天的囧元啦。
At that moment, I said,
但是当我在那边等我们的屏东监狱团队，因为我们有社区的那一些限制，我要回归社区，所以屏东团队就把我交给我们的高雄的杨九如师兄。杨九如师兄他就带我回到家。
So when we walked out of the prison gate, Brother Tai Turan had sacrificed this morning and was waiting there for me at 6:30 a.m.
找了一个店面，让我在那边可以去谋生，所以我很感恩他给我这一个机会哈。所以这段时间我就跟我们的这一些慈济志工走入校园，走入监狱，开始在行我们的菩萨道这一条路。但是回到家乡的时候，我的哥哥说医生妈妈说我妈妈的生命只剩下3个月。我对天跟我们的菩萨讲，为什么时间给我这么短，只有3个月？结果我在做的过程当中，因为一直在跟慈济的师兄师姐在做慈济，那个已经有延期了，所有后面这一些生命中的。
So because I needed support to integrate into the community, the Pingtung prison team introduced me to Brother Yang Jiu from Kaohsiung, who took me home. Then I went to Jingsi Hall, where I stood before the Buddha and made another vow.
爸爸妈妈奉茶，我的爸爸还不相信我会改变。你看我的女儿跟我的儿子哦，当天我出狱那一天没有高兴的心情，因为爸爸不知道会不会又回到监狱。这就是因为我曾经让我的家里的人失去了这一些信心，但是我这一次真的很下决定的心，我真的要跟着正言法师，跟着我们的慈济志工去做慈济，所以因缘就一直慢慢的升起哦。所以带着爸爸妈妈。
So when I returned home, I knelt before my parents, repented, and served them tea. From then onwards, Tzu Chi people helped me find peace in my heart, stability in my life, and security in my living. I began following the brothers and sisters in doing Tzu Chi walking the Bodhisattva path, and entering schools, prison, and military camps to conduct anti-drug and life education talks. My mother's health had never been very good. Even after recovering from the crisis, the doctor told us that she only had 3 months left to live. I was really struck by lightning. I'm greatly grateful to Master because I continue walking the path of goodness and service. Another benefactor appeared in my life, Sister Xu Yunchai, whom I be affectionately call Mama Yunchai. She shared how her husband had once suffered from cancer. I was not expected to live longer. Her second son, who is now a director of Chinese medicine at Zhenjia, Tallinn, developed treatments to control the illness. As a result, Father Ye lived on additional 16 years. After hearing this, I immediately told my sister, and we brought my mother to Tallinn, Zhenjia. Thanks to this compassion, I was able to spend 3 more years caring for and being filial to my mother. Whereby where my mother eventually succumbed to illness. Zhenjia brothers and sisters came to offer offerings and blessings and encouragement. Then my mother passed away. After those who came to accompany her on the final journey were all Zhenjia volunteers. One of my neighbors asked my elder brother, "Who in your family is involved?" So my neighbor was very amazed that someone like me who used to take drug, go to prison, can join Zhenjia. Today, I conduct anti-drug educational talks in more than 200 schools each year and travel throughout Taiwan visiting prisons and schools. Through this journey, I have learned that doing good belongs in Zhenjia, while filial piety belongs in the family.
2020年的时候啊，跟2021年的时候啊，我也有受邀去总统府领这一份奖。这一份奖不是因为我自己努力，因为我的妈妈用她的生命换回来，让我在这一辈子啊，很感恩我的妈妈，她能够让我一个。
I remember once watching television, my brother, I saw Brother Gao from Changyu receiving award at presidential office. I told my mother that one day I will receive award president. In 2020, I actually received the Presidential Rising Youth Award. And in April 2021, I was invited to the presidential office to receive recognition. Although my mother had passed away and could not accompany me then, the moment I learned I won the award, I went before my mother's memorial parent tablet to tell her the news. This year is 2026. It has been 13 years since my release from prison. Throughout these years, I have continued entering prison. So it started with nothing, but I found work, secure housing, even got married. Another brother also started with nothing, gradually found work, and got married. Today we have brought
如果你们想要吃那个芋头饼哦，可以来我们甲仙哦，来阿华他自己做的哦，他那个老婆饼是自己做的哦，来那边品尝他的那个手艺哈啊。今天我还要介绍一位哈，是在上个礼拜才出监的哦，他叫做我们的阿叶的冠言。冠言他在监狱里面的时候，因为啊是听到我们的法医老师讲课之后，他知道。
So these brothers were here with me, how they were touched, and also work with Zhenjia.
他家没有钱呢，他本身在监里面也没有钱，家里的人也没有寄钱给他呢，因为他会去跟人家赊碗
洗碗、洗衣服哦，好，好啊，所以说他就靠着这样的努力啊，把那一些邮票寄出来哦。最后就是因为我在读方局也承担了一个读方讲师。我有一次在冈山的就业辅导站演讲的时候，
So these are all the different individuals.
也是我们美老师的学生哦。我们的静丽啊，他还听到我在毒品分享的时候，防毒宣导分享的时候，他跟我讲了一句话：“师兄，我可以跟你走进去学校去分享吗？”我说可以啊。结果他在这个过程当中，只有短短的3年当中，他也有进去总统府领奖哦。我们给他一个掌声鼓励。
好 ，OK 了。
好，那我今天
So Jingyi also went with me to conduct anti-drug education talks. So whenever I conduct a school talk, I always bring him along. He has worked very hard indeed, and I'm really thankful for it.
好，
给老师一个拥抱嘛，对不对？
有，我们刚才都抱过，我该送的东西全部已经送一大堆了。对。然后你帮老师拿着，他觉得他说，老师你都没有改变呢，就是那个都一样，会吗？我真的很感恩哈，所以他说昨天你给我惊喜，我说应该是小玉要来。
Well, I would say that he tell me that my face has not changed, still the same.
原来这花是我的哦，谢谢。但好像他不知道，你没有准备，是他们帮你准备的。我有这个心。鬼，所以太不 OK， 圆满，谢谢。总之哦，这里我们谢谢加拿大一个管信，但时间的因缘我没办法再一一的回馈哈。花莲的文代也非常赞叹哦，你们这样的一个状况，迥然。
So we're very grateful to Canada, who has got very positive feedback as well.
真的让我们赞叹哈。再来就是嘉义的汉文哦，赞叹你有以自身的一个翻转哈，还有我们江文章，他觉得每个人都可以做自己平等无分别，我们再次给他们热烈的掌声。那今天阿豪没有来，本来他们跟我讲说阿豪来的时候他种番茄可以一起，我说当然可以呀，一起来帮忙。阿豪没有来，一来是有事，二来是他这个时候的番茄也不太好吃，所以他觉得这样拿出来对不起大家，所以呢改由迥源，然后迥源的干妈店今天就是卖什么芒果，我已经跟你讲了。没有买完不能离开，我们全部要绑在一起，所以太危险了。我们不是入监，我们是要绑在一起。但是这件事情，请读书会结束再去响应，好吗？让我们读书会能顺利进行。好，掌声，谢谢，谢谢，感恩。好，那我们赶快来，活动组用一首歌。好 ，OK。
And then so much for the grateful sharing.
太好了，甜蜜的家真好。
Over to you, Sister Effie.
Okay, kind Brother Eugene. Now we will have the exercise segment. Let us exercise together, stretch our muscles. So let us follow the footsteps from our activity team. Now let us squat a little, move both our hands to the right and left and make a love sign, pushing it to the front. And then like a star, imagine the star in the sky. We are one family. When you are feeling down, say it aloud that I would like to be with you together in times of happiness and in times of sadness too. We are one family. Sharing And our bond will become stronger as the wind blows. Let us now clap our hands, move both our hands up again. Let us stretch our hands and move our legs to the front and back. And with our smile. And we're very close to each other. At the balcony, looking up at the stars. And imagine and also appreciate and be thankful to everyone, everything. Let us like a family when our feelings and emotions are feeling great. Say it aloud. That every moment we appreciate and cherish everyone, everything. Let us be like a family together. We are one, and let our love goes beyond. Let us clap our hands and our laps. Let us wave our hands to the right and the left. Clap our hands, feeling good. May the fragrance pervading all realms around us. Let us sing aloud. May the fragrance pervade everywhere and the light shining across, radiating life, filled with love and smile. Very grateful to our activity team for such great performance. Now let us now take our mobile phones. What will we do with our phones? We will be Principal Linghui. So now we have our principal coming here to share with us live. She's not foreign to us. She has been sharing with us many times, and she's well known. And she has been to many places, many countries, and to Malaysia too. And her poster was done with our distinguished editor team, our principal will be sharing with us about education. And today she will share about the light of education to the light of life. Let us watch this video. Now we see in the new session in Nepal where the school is going to start. So let us understand that our group of teachers from Nepal came to Taiwan, and this group of teachers, they are coming here to learn. So you can know that before the school in Nepal starts, all these teachers from Nepal, they came to Taiwan to learn together with a local Taiwan education team and also Malaysia International School education team. We are very grateful for this video, and we're also very grateful to Malaysia team of educationalists. Now let us watch this video. We hope that you can watch this video to the end when you have time. Now, let us also have another video here. And because all this group of Nepal educational group, they came, and what they have learned from Taiwan, they brought it back to Nepal. So this is the sewing class. Nepal, the women in Nepal are learning sewing skills. And as Master said, we need to plant good seeds into the hearts and minds of these young people. So we understand that we noticed that there are many underprivileged people and families. So when we collect the data, so we institute charity visits, hoping to transform their life. So you can see in this video all these children and how our principal guided them along the way. And most of these Nepal educationalists, they came back to Taiwan to learn the ropes of education. Dear Master, please rest assured we will carry on the education mission in Nepal. So Principal Lee, let us now look at the open ceremony of the education mission in Nepal. Let us see the smiles on these children's faces and also on their parents. And here is the registration of the students. So all these teachers, Principal Linghui is also guiding them. We have 4 classes, 2 kindy classes and 2 primary schools will start in Nepal. And today there are many children and their parents coming here to register for the new semester. Let us learn the humanistic culture of Tzu and always be happy. Are you willing? Of course we are willing. So from initial aspiration, our volunteers went over to Nepal to carry on the mission of education in Nepal. Let us now bring out our mobile phone. What should we do with a mobile phone? Let us bring out your phone. Today is May 20, May 20th, 520. Let us also invite our activity team to come out and guide. Let us sing this song. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Please stand in between 4 persons in a group. Let us be in the same direction. Put on your light, your torchlight of the phone. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. From the light of education to the light of from the light of education to the light of life. 520. I love you, I love you. Principal Sister Li Linghui. From small love to great love, from the light of education to the light of life, to the hope that there is a glimmer of light in the dark corner of the world. Let us do it in the same direction. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. The sky is full of stars. From the light From the light of education to the light of life, 520, 520. We love you, we love you. Let us invite our Principal Lee to come on stage now, while sisters from both sides to move it to the sideline. Let us do it together. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. The sky is full of stars. From the light of education to the light of life, may there be hope in all corners of the world, bringing hope and the light of education to everyone, to everywhere. Sing it louder. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. The sky is full of little stars shining around upon us. From the light of education to the light of life. Twinkle, twinkle, little stars, how I wonder what you are. From the light of education to the light of life, to the hope that there is a glimmer of light in the dark corners of the world. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Principal, Sister Lee, we loved you. We loved you. Principal, Sister Lee, Linghui. Are you deeply touched? Yes, I'm deeply touched. Now, following Master's footsteps, there's no regret, but always full of hope and positive energy, and always onward looking, forward looking. So, Teacher Meiyun said that she and her team will be returning to Jingse Board to share with Master on May 22nd. So we know that Principal Lee gave us sharing content during the last minute. So immediately I wrote about a small caption. So inviting everyone to sing this Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in conjunction with May 20th, 520. Now let us not only say that we would like to be ill together, but also to say, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. The sky is full of all stars. From the light of education to the light of life, 520, 520. We love you, we love you. Principal Sister, Principal Lee Linghui say that she loved everyone and also loved Master Chen Yuan. Now we invite Principal Sister Lee to share now. Okay. Very grateful to Teacher Meiyun for giving me an opportunity to on stage here to share on this auspicious day, May 20th, 520. We love Master Chen Yuan. We are grateful that we are following Master's footsteps, making every aspirations of Master to realize it one by one. And I went to Nepal, to Buddha land, following Master's footsteps, and Master give us the light of education to the light of life. Now you see this PPT. So it's from City School. Let us start this. Let us review our PPT. Okay, on page 2. So we have the middle one is our Tzu Lumbini campus, where our education class are there. So everybody is anxious. And what are our missions? The 4 missions. We have charity, medicine, education, humanistic. Not only in Hualien, but also in Chiang Mai, in Nepal, in Malaysia. So we know that Vinod Master started the first school in Hualien, and now the charity mission has been spread globally today. During that time, our government have been promoting global education. So we just a small island, Taiwan is a small island. So we know that in Tzu we need to accompany our students, our children, to focus on goodness, operate through goodness, and spreading goodness. And this kindness must be passed through families. Students can explore the world as a classroom for compassion and service. So accompany our students from year 2024 to 2025, we have this global education. We integrated our charity, healthcare, education, and humanities. We have 6 groups, study trips overseas. And our program, actually, I travel every 2-3 days. When I return back to Taiwan, the next 3-4 days, I have to fly again. So every head of department, they head different groups of education. And there are many programs that go to Japan, Indonesia, Nepal, Lumbini, and beyond. We also have online Zoom classrooms. As a disciple of Jing Shi, I cannot wait to see our students, our children grow up, what they have learned, their learning, and their awakening. I couldn't wait for them to grow up. I really hope our children in city school can also follow up and integrate with our global education. And the education is not only about acquiring knowledge, but also an awakening wisdom. And life education also can bridge innocence and enlightened understanding. So we have 6 groups for 6 groups. We have more than 100 plus countries, and we have 68 countries have such chapters. So we, wherever we are, like in Japan, our Tokyo experience, our students are served alongside with people, and they were. We also integrate. We have to enter Tokyo International Airport, and 4 times the people in the airport were amazed with how the beauty of city students, their neatness, and their instinct. So many visitors were so amazed and surprised with how disciplined, how to discipline our students, and when they walk, they walk neatly and in neat rows, and the whole airport was surprised. Everybody was taken, their breath was taken away to see the beauty of city students. 4 times we are in Japan's international airport, and we got through the immigration smoothly. When we are in Singapore and also in Malaysia, we always focus on integrating our acts of humility, guiding them, the children, about gratitude, and the service transform both students and participants. We also gave lessons of hardship to our let them explore the lessons of hardship, which does not diminish human dignity. So we expose them to education, awakening, learning and awakening. This is our vision, city education system as a beacon for all schools. And it's also our goal to provide not just building, but wisdom-based education. Still remember in 2024, when we were in Japan, during our students exchange program, we went to Japan. We also, our volunteers in Tokyo, they arranged some outings and activities for our students to participate. And our students from Taiwan, senior, middle schools, they will explore, letting them out to do outdoor activities. And we see that in Tokyo, many people saw that our students are so integrated in their education. And our Japanese, where our students are being explored to do some charity cases, and also for charity food distribution, to let them explore and feel their integration with the public. And our volunteers in Taiwan, our volunteers in Tokyo also brought our students from Taiwan to do home cleaning. So we actually let our Tokyo volunteers to take along our Taiwan students to do charity, home cleaning, interaction with the homeless, and let them have some public studies about this social. So you see our students wake up as early as 5 a.m. They will always clean up the place where they're staying. And we know that our volunteers are very passionate. They will always leave a small portion for our students to contribute. This is our student from Taiwan. And he's now a graduate and studying in Hualien city. So in this, we see that he was involved in global education. They are like one family. You see how their communications and integration with public people. Their humility and their wisdom. And we also have this tea ceremony in Japan. These are the Tokyo experience where our students serve alongside the people in Yo-Yo Park, Key Park. And these are acts of humility and gratitude. Actually, we are very grateful to the teachers for teaching and guiding our students to be grateful and respectful to the elders. So these are service transformation for both students and participants. And we also transform the street friends into volunteers. So these are the lessons learned by our students. Let us watch this video where our students sang a song to the street friends. So this is being recorded by my with my mobile phone. It's about serving and caring for our society. So these are the students' interaction with the volunteers. So we know that this Bodhisattva path is about when we walk on the Bodhisattva path, we learned a lot, and through learning, we are awakened. So are these volunteers homeless people or street friends, or are they students? So you see, 6 months later, when I returned to Tokyo with my students, the people recognize us, and from afar they will wave their hands, taking down their face masks. So this is really Suchi humanistic culture, deeply rooted and forever remain in the hearts and minds of those people who have integration. So sometimes I reflect. I always reflect. We do not really only teach our students properly and graduate, but we also to give them the moral education. So I've been in Lumbini about 5 times, and Master gave us the package telling us that we need to transform the birthplace of Buddha in Lumbini. So starting from poverty and education, inequality. So how do we help Nepal? So those are volunteers, Malaysian and Singapore volunteers, who serve unconditionally in Bogaya and Lumbini, because of the Great Vows. So what can education do? So 2,500 years ago, like Master says, want to repay the grace of Buddha. So we started education. So we was invited. I went to Nepal. When I told Master that I'm going to Nepal, Master says, are you sure you want to go to Nepal? Those weathers are quite dramatic. So I told Master, I think I can endure all this harsh weather. I told Master not to worry. So Master gave me the permission to go to Nepal. As I make my first trip, to Nepal, this is Himalaya. You see the photo? The Himalaya. I use my holidays to make a trip there in Nepal. So I took the Buddha airline. It's a small aircraft. And I also visited the Maya Devi temple where Buddha was born. And in Lumbini, there are many, in Maya Devi temple park, we have many monkeys. And then over there, transportation is using those small vehicle tuk-tuk. So this is their, the people usually walk from places to places. So in Lumbini, what's the education like? So the government, they really emphasize on education. So when I went there, I saw the, is this a classroom or a school? To me, it looks like an empty land. So the schools are with poor facilities, overcrowded classrooms, and with limited resources. So as I reflect on how education can flip over and transform Buddha homeland, I think like what Master says, through compassion. So you see, that is the toilet. And on the other side of the photo is the public water tap. So this is a water pump which will provide water for 4 to 5 households in the villages. And during the time when I was in Lumbini, the weather was 37, 38 degrees. There was no fan at all. So it was very hot. So this is the Lumbini schools which I visited. It's like their library. So you see, there's no fan at all. Because even though you want to donate a fan to them, but they always have a power interruption on and off. Because on and off the power are interrupted, disrupted. So during such conditions, students in Nepal, they study in such classrooms, but we know that the students are very diligent. And we see it here, the younger brother is standing beside the elder brother who's at tennis school. So he stand there the whole day. So when I sent this picture to Master said that Master was very touched and said that what can we do for Nepal? So we give them shoes to change their environment, to change their life. When I went for a visit in their Great Love for village houses, I saw these students. When they saw me, they would greet me, Namaste. They also put their palms together when they saw me. The 3 kids are not wearing shoes. I noticed that under the hot sun, they still wish me cheerfully. So you see, there's a comparison between the school in Lumbini and the school in our country with fans and all that. So this is the same place where Prince Siddhartha was born. So masters, when Buddha comes back later and see that the environment, the standard of living is still the same, how can we not feel sad? So under the same sun, under the same sky, but there's a difference in living. So there's a beacon of hope for all schools in Lumbini. And our goal is not about building buildings, but we want to build wisdom-based education. I want to go to Buddha land, and my core message, I make a vow that in Lumbini, that there will be a stupa, a beacon of hope, a beacon of education. With compassion and wisdom, that education becomes a light that transforms suffering into dignity and gives children the chance to see the light, and all of them to have white shoes. And it's a symbol that they can represent hope, dignity, and education transformation. So Master gave me her message that I told Master that I will be there. I'll be in Lumbini school for a month, and I will carry on Suji spirit and the essence of Suji values over to Lumbini, and to give great love. May the great love forms the beams of wisdom, and the walls be radiated, seizing the present to build a hall of hope for the people in Lumbini, especially the students. We hope that the students or the children in Lumbini get the right education. It's my 5th time visiting Lumbini schools. So you see, in Lumbini, after 12 years in education, they'll be able to become teachers. These graduates or undergraduates, they start from their school, starts from 6 to 9, and after 9, they will go to schools to educate the younger students. So life is very tough. So we chose 6 of them to return back to Taiwan to study. Actually, 6 is not enough. Out of 100+ people, we selected 6 to go back to Taiwan to learn the ropes of education so that they can bring it back to Nepal. So I was there doing some interviewing of the interested people. And I was traveling with the tuk-tuk, the mode of transport, to enter villages or to enter schools, to interview students, to interview potential teachers and principals. So we went along to, I went along to conduct interviews to recruit new teachers or future teachers for Nepal city schools. I think, there are 13 selected from 116 candidates. April 20th. April 20th, we have the groundbreaking ceremony for the schools in Nepal. And we also built dormitories, classrooms. Do you see whose back is that? Oh, it was me. I brought up myself in such condition and traveling on and off. And I went to give lessons, guiding potential teachers. I know that we have to form a group of teachers, which is the foundation. So we give classes, trainings, and we also have our core team of education team in Lumbini. Master was so happy. Master asked us to remember that every children and student is the seed. Accompany them and let them grow into a tree and forest. So from teachers, students, training. So in April 28 is the date given on approved by the local government in the education ministry to give us the license to operate school. So this is the first family. Oh, this the father fell from the second floor, so was seriously injured. His hand was seriously injured. So his body was cold when I touched him. When we were doing conducting an interview for the daughter. So when we asked the father, what do you need most at this time? So the father said that my child need education. So immediately we request for the daughter's results, and indeed her results was very good. So at the same time, we recorded the necessary details and interview the family on the spot. And we also register her as one of our students for the new school in Lumbini. And the parents, both the father and mother, accompanying her to the Suji Lumbini school here. And her name is Angel. And how we dress her with the Suji uniform. The parents were so happy. Oh, this is this lady, she's blind. And we also helped the daughter to change into Suji school uniform. So we also I instructed our teachers to help to wash her uniform clean because the mother is blind, unable to clean. So I requested the teachers to give the best attention to the students. Let us see. All these are kindergarten students. So we also teach the children how to hold a bowl. So we know that in their own family, their mother will use the hand to feed the children. So from when I saw that, we saw that all the rice are spilled all over. So now we see all these little children being transformed. We never know that over a distance of 3,700 kilometers away from Taiwan, you can see so many adorable students who have now an opportunity to go for kindergarten studies. I'm really deeply touched to see this group of students. I'm very sure and make sure that all these students that they will need to take off their shoes when enter the classroom. And this is the first day of school return. And we can see the shoes are neatly arranged outside the classroom. So we also send our students back home. At least I know where the students stay and how are their living conditions. So you can see Some students, they just stop by where the goat, you know. So this is where all the roads are like this, you see. The conditions of the roads are not good. So you can see this is their living conditions. But you see the students are wearing the white shoes. So we can also see that the students, the teachers personally hand over the students to the parents. So when I see the white shoes, I remember that pair of white shoes. When that pair of white shoes enter a house, there will be hope. We have a full registration of 101 children attending school. One white pair of shoes. This white pair of shoes, they will grow up. As we accompany them year after year, we hope that in 10 years, and this 100+ people, these body seats will grow. Do you think that Lumbini will be transformed? Of course. When there's no hope for education in Lumbini, we give them hope. We give them the light of education. We give them the great love, forms and peace. So you see now these students, this is the first day in school, and these students are singing in Chinese, performing in front of our Qingsi Abod Sefus who are visiting Lumbini that day. So they are using Chinese and are doing sign language. They are too fantastic. So we know that the volunteers from Malaysia and Singapore, we know that all these students, they do not know Chinese, yet they can still put on this white pair of shoes representing the symbol of, the symbol is to represent hope, dignity, and educational transformation. So the core message here in City Lumbini is education is hope. And this education is with compassion and wisdom. Until we have all they sing the song, master song, direction. These are the teachers together with their parents. They are performing the song, direction, 方向. So all with the same direction. So let us motivate and inspire lifetime after lifetime all our children and students in Lumbini. You're all touched, really touching, the sharing from Principal Lee. The weather there is very hot. It's not easy. We are deeply touched and are very grateful to Malaysia and Singapore, the volunteers who stay put there to serve unconditionally. Taking the first step is never easy. Yeah, I believe the Principal Lee sweat a lot, right? While in Lumbini. And now we are receiving feedbacks regarding to Principal Lee Linghui's sharing now. We know that the feedback is that Principal Lee accompanying and taking charge of spreading the global education worldwide. And we know that the local children, the eyes are very big. And we know that the impossible now can be made possible, as seen in Lumbini school, who has started its classes now. We will meet Principal Lee again next year. This is our invitation. Grateful to everyone and thank you for your attention. No matter which who have the volunteers from Malaysia and Singapore, they have never complained about the hot weather. They just do their part. So we are deeply touched. Let us return to our PPT. So the next week we have a talk. So there are several things. Next week, sharers. Next week we have very exciting sharers. Next week will be a sharers from, it's a Japanese Dharma master, Sakuyuki Fuku, Zheng Jin. From Jinghui, from Suchi, Japan, from Osaka Contact Point, the window. So we would like to be with you because you have a lot of positive energies. One mind, one aspiration, boundless Dharma. We one heart and one will have the Dharma luminous. Encourage one another, speak with compassion, gather together with determination in the Dharma. Believe in your own potential, always persevere your original aspiration.